Good morning, everyone. Good morning on Instagram. Good morning on Facebook. Great to see you. Let us share this post. Good morning, everyone. It's Pete Cohen. You are a My365er. If you're the sort of person who is looking to be a better version of yourself, we are here every day, Monday to Friday, inspiring people to be just the best that they can be. But have to ask you that question. How great can you be? Ollie, great to see you this morning. I have one more place to share this, and then we can get on with the show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Matt. Let's give Matt a bit of a spotlight this morning. Why not? Someone who is serious about making himself the best possible version. You now have my full attention. We're on it. Time. We are. Good morning, Trina. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Look at all you wonderful people. How are you feeling right now? Let us know. Show me some hearts. We had the record number of people sharing yesterday. I think we had over 60 shares yesterday. Please. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Sue. Good morning. Sandra Bickmore has joined us this morning. Heidi has joined us this morning. Look at all these people all over the world. We have record amount of people joining us every single day. Good morning, Alexia. Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Kate. Good morning to you. Get stuck in. Shall we get stuck in? Let me just put this on here. If you haven't found out the My365 Summit yet, you definitely want to check that out. Let me see if that's going to actually post on this. The My3. Do you know what MI stands for? MI. A lot of people still don't know. It is related to obviously every single one of us individually. The MI, the MI, but the M stands for something and the I stands for something else. Who would like to guess what it is? A clue. Actually, I don't need. Easy. So, good morning. This week, we've been talking about mindfulness, which is such a fascinating subject because we have this brilliant tool that we talk about. Last week was all about tools. And we live in a world where so many of us are looking for solutions outside of ourselves. Give me the diet. Tell me what to do. Rather than looking within and working out what we need to do. Now, of course, I believe there are many powerful tools that you can use, but the whole mindfulness thing, that doesn't cost anything. To effectively apply some of the principles of mindfulness, and is there one universal definition of what mindfulness is? Not really. I mean, I think you should come up with your own. What does mindfulness mean to you? To me, it means me choosing what I do with my mind. Me having the ability to fill my mind up with whatever I want. And what do you fill your mind up with? You see, this week, we've had a couple of really, really interesting questions that I've asked people. Of course, not everyone has done what I've asked them to do. It's strange when you ask them to do something or give them instructions. They just find a way to do something else. I've been guilty of that in my past. A lot of people don't know a great thing when it's given to them. I personally believe this is the best opportunity you will ever have in your entire life to create an amazing someone who is so committed, like me, to show up to help you become a warrior. Really, really important. A warrior, not a warrior who knows what he's fighting for, knows what he's hunting, knows where he is going. You see, if we don't know where we're going, then we tend to get caught up in the past. It's really up to you what you choose to believe mindfulness to be. But for me, it's a tool, it's a way of being, and there are a series of things that you can do that can help you become very, very strong. Because if you think about this, what stops you from being a better version of yourself? What stops you from being as happy as you possibly can? In many cases, it's things that you can control. How many of you are things like fear, doubt, anxiety, frustration, jealousy, greed? Now, with all of these things, you might say, well, Pete, I've got a good enough reason to feel I have enough money to live. Or, Pete, I've got a good enough reason to be shy because in my past, I've had lots of negative experiences. Yes, but is it still a choice? Yes or no? Because to down this word, ACT, A-C-T, A-C-T. You might be wondering, what does that stand for? Am I talking about acting upon the stage? Well, it was Shakespeare that said something to the words of, the world is but a stage and we are all but actors upon the stage. What does that mean? Well, this is your world, right? This is your world. What do we say? My 365 is, the world is your school. It's your school, and every day is your classroom, so you get to choose what you study. You get to choose. And if you don't choose to study, you probably study the news and soap operas and Casualty and the newspapers, and that's what you'll be studying. That's what you'll be taking in. That's what you'll be feeding your brain. Then you'll be like everybody else. Then you'll become really good at worrying, being frightened. You'll be very, very good at doing all of these things. And if you want to take control of your life, then apply the principles of ACT. A, what does that stand for? It stands for acceptance. C stands for commitment. And T, what does that stand for? Well, this is some sort of training. It's acting training. So what do you need to do? You see, have you ever been in a room before and it's in such a mess? Have you ever been into a place and you think, I don't know where to start because this place is in such a mess? Or you've gone in your kitchen and you think, oh, mess. Or have you ever looked at your body and thought, I'm so out of shape, I don't know where to start, so I just won't bother? Has that ever been you? Yes, no, or don't know? We've all been in that position before. When it comes to mindfulness, which in many cases, you can practice mindfulness by focusing on one thing to the exclusion of everything. Washing up, you just really focus on the washing up. If you're having a really focus on the conversation. So right now, stop making any comments. Stop making any comments. And focus on what I'm saying. Listen. Because for many of you, you're not, while you're doing this, you're doing something else. Believe you me, I can be very good at that. But for me to be very effective here and talking to you, I've got to be here, right? I'm not thinking about what's happening next. I'm not thinking what's happening tomorrow. I'm just here right now. You see, I've given you an instruction. No one's making any comments. I've got your attention. Do one thing and just really focus on it. But for me, the best way to practice mindfulness is through some sort of meditation, some sort of sitting or standing and focusing on your breath. And we're going to do a whole week on breath, a whole week on helping you focus on the one thing that connects your mind and body. And when you do some form of meditation, or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you become aware of what comes up and what is inside you. Many of us, apart from a heart and a liver and kidneys and blood cells, and there's oxygen, there's also emotion and thoughts come up. So what I want you to do, even if you're not meditating, you can just be sitting and you notice that I met a guy yesterday, and hopefully he's watching this right now, and he told me that he suffers from anxiety. And I said to him, look, it might be a good idea to stop saying that you suffer from anxiety. It might be a good idea to say that you are noticing. See, the thing, if stress, worry, anxiety get in your way, you're never going to stop those things. You're never going to stop negative. What I want to help you to do to become a warrior in your own life is to accept the thought, to see it, acknowledge it, but then be committed to just letting it go. You see, especially if you're committed, I could talk for hours about this, but I'm only going to take 10, 15 minutes of your time. But it's when you think about who you're committed to being, and that's been one of my questions. When you think about this, who are you committed to being? Who are you committed to becoming in the future, in a year's time, in 5 years' time? Because if you're committed to being that person, if these emotions come up, this is the act, commitment. If you're committed to being that person, then you'll know that you can't allow these thoughts to just take over. You come up just like a cloud and let the thought go away. You know that you can do this. Everyone can, but it takes training and it takes practice. And by the way, for our elite members, in a few months' time, we will have a whole month of helping you master mindfulness. It's not saying you need to be an elite member. No, you can practice this right now if you really want to. But it's like a muscle. This muscle is only going to grow by effort. If I'm going to go or something, I can't just do it once. I've got to do it every day. Does that make sense? It's so important. So important. I can't emphasize this to you. I know we're just touching the surface here. So, able to sit with your feet on the floor, ideally. Place, turn off distractions, breathe, focus on your breathing. Give your mind one thing to do. Why? Because your mind is a trickster, isn't it? We know that. Your mind plays tricks on you. But who's stronger, you or your mind? Is there more to you than meets the eye? Of course there is. So take the time to observe. Awareness is key. If an emotion comes up, acknowledge it. Accept it. There it is. But just let it go. Go back to your breath. And you'll get better and better and better at this. And for some people, it can take years, a lifetime of just does this make sense? I want to watch this again. I really appreciate all of you showing up, because this is the sort of stuff that many of us should have been taught when we were at school, but we weren't. In fact, I was talking to 350 teachers. Schools now, these things are teaching mindfulness. They should be teaching willpower as well. And if I've got anything to do with it, when we open our first ever My 365 school, this stuff to people. Does this make? Oh, I've just realized something. How many of you have had an issue just listening to my sound? Because there's probably a little, my microphone wasn't on. So that could be interesting. We had an issue yesterday. Can everyone hear me okay? Because I might need to actually say exactly what I just said again. It appears everyone did hear me, but you. So, you to become the person that you know you truly can become, it's definitely going to take practice. An act, write it down, is acceptance, commitment, and then training. We're all in training. You're showing up here. I'm your coach. Just because we're not doing something necessarily really physical right now, this is still training. And it's really important for you to become aware that you are more than any emotion that you experience, that you are more than that. You're more than your fear, your worries, your doubt, even though sometimes you might feel that you're being consumed by it. And sometimes the best way to change your mind, change your body. I'm so much more effective standing up talking to you. But it's time for us to accept what is, but start to be committed. And I'm going to help so many of you get committed and sticking to that path of where you're going. What your mission statement is. My mission statement in my life is simple: inspiring people to be better than their best every single day. Taking this into organizations, my 3-6 people in organizations to be better than their best. Every day you show up, you know, you are showing up and showing and sharing that you're in this. But guys, don't be this person who's walking around the swimming pool dipping your toe in. Dive in, get stuck in, and give it your best. Even me this morning, I got up. My alarm went off at 4 o'clock. I turned it off and went. I was tired, but only for 10 minutes. And then it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got up because there's stuff to do in this life while we're still here. Use, act. And apparently my voice keeps cutting out this morning. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but what can you do? What can you do? Got a fantastic day. We will see you soon. You guys are amazing. And last thing I'm going to say, it's one of the things that the Buddha said, which is to wear a half smile. Smile if you want, but a half smile with a meditation, with everything, it can have a massive, massive impact on so many people. Have a great day. Hopefully, if you watch this on the replay, the sound will be fine. Let's hope so. Take care. Speak soon. Much love.